What's going on, everybody? Oh, we forgot the microphone. See how fast we were starting things up? Go ahead and talk for 5 seconds.
So, hello everybody. Welcome, if you could hear me, to the comic review. As we, E3 was going on.
Yeah, so we didn't have a chance to really set up correctly. All right.
So
Plug that in.
all right.
Set it down.
So
hold on. Oh,
we're on yet.
Well, I'm going to save it anyway. There. Now that we've got everything good and official, can y'all hear us good? Somebody in the comments, let me know. Hello, Alan. I see you're already in comments. Let me know if you can hear us good. Hopefully you can hear us good. Toxic is in the comments. Toxic, I like that game you shared with me on Facebook. If that is on console, absolutely, yes, we will definitely be playing that. Yes? Good. Yes, she's in the comments as well. Door's open.
And you forgot your coffee.
My coffee! Ah!
It's right over there. Yeah, E3 Sony got us a little bit too hyped, but we'll save that for the E3 conference fair. Which, by the way, if you guys have been watching on this channel, we have been covering so far E3 of EA. Yeah, of EA, Microsoft.
Okay, actually, Jesse just asked pre-show, can we talk about E3 for a bit? Yeah, we can talk about E3 for a little bit.
So far, all I gotta say is Nintendo is tomorrow, so I can't really determine which one is on top, but I'm saying...
Oh, I'm telling you right now, Square Enix is on the bottom. Square Enix is on the very bottom of the list.
Well, I wasn't gonna say that.
I am.
Bethesda.
No, Bethesda was better. Bethesda gave us Doom, in addition to Prey.
It was a little bit of Doom, though. Not the whole thing.
It doesn't matter. What did you get from Square Enix? Tell me, what did you get from that whole conference?
We got Kingdom Hearts 3.
Which we got on Xbox
and then
PlayStation.
I wrote stuff down. I can't remember all of it.
What's up, Tabia?
My head. There was some cool stuff that they showed from Square Enix. I'm thinking Onyx, Enix, whatever.
I don't even know. I always said Square Enix. I used to say Square Onyx, but I think it's Enix.
Enix. I don't know.
Enix.
Anyway.
Phoenix. Jean
so
Grey.
Far on top is Microsoft. On top.
Alan, the game that Toxic's talking about is GTFO. It's a game where it's kind of like, it reminded me a little bit of Friday the 13th.
Yeah, but I was just saying, so far on the top is Microsoft.
Yeah, Jesse, what did you want to talk about with E3 specifically while we're talking? Because I know you said you wanted to we talk E3. Feel free to say what you want to mention. Justin's in the comments. What's up, Justin? Everything's popping up randomly. I'm gonna refresh.
We didn't cover the PC one because we're not really into PC games or stuff like that. So I don't know. Like maybe somebody could fill in anything that you might think might have jumped out to us. PC that we know.
Spider-Man. I knew it. I know. Oh,
that's Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Jeremy Renfro. What's up?
You came. Was it Hobgoblin?
The hashtag is who orchestrated,
maybe Doctor Who?
Who orchestrated the whole thing? My money is on, because you have the Sinister Six without Doc Ock.
And also Chameleon.
Well, Chameleon's not going to orchestrate the whole thing. I don't think
Shocker too.
No, I don't think Shocker would do it. Kingpin?
But what was the flashing light?
I don't know.
Who has the flashing light?
It doesn't have to be a flashing light. They could have just put
a flashing light, didn't it not? Maybe Black Hat did it. Yeah, Black Hat, maybe.
I don't care about Final Fantasy VII right now because the RE2, I was super happy.
Monster Hunter?
I don't care about
Monster Hunter.
I don't care about
I'm surprised you weren't so crazy. Monster Hunter World? You were all crazy about it with the brand and everything.
No. That was the other Monster Hunter.
Yeah, but I thought this one would have been...
Green Goblin? It could be. It could very well be.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
I'm excited. Oh, I'm pre-ordering Resident Evil 2 once it comes out. Once they make the mention of it. The problem with Final Fantasy VII, and this is why I'm very cold towards it at this point. First, PlayStation wanted to release it as episodes. Then PlayStation's like, no, we're going to release it all together. And then they're like, I don't even think PlayStation knows how they want to handle Final Fantasy VII. And that's why I'm just done. I don't even care anymore. When they release it, they release it.
And you know they didn't show Spyro in Sony.
And they didn't
And
show
that was
Red Dead
supposed to be the
Redemption.
big spotlight of, you know, the
Mhm.
Reborn. And yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2, yeah. And I heard
Alan.
and I heard something about a new Crash game that was coming out. I'm thinking it's probably Crash Team Racing remake because there's been rumors about it. So maybe
Death Stranded, Jeremy, I agree. It was very vague. If you still really don't know what the hell to expect from that game, and that has me worried, I had it pre-ordered. I canceled it because the dates kept changing. I went on Amazon to try to pre-order it again after watching this E3. It's no longer available. I don't know. I'll just wait. And Mike and I are actually debating getting a GameStop membership, the premium membership, because Amazon is being... I don't even understand Amazon lately. Either it's digital or you have to wait till almost a month the game comes out for the game to be released. Half of the games at E3 that were mentioned, as they were being mentioned, GameStop had them available. Physically, Ultimate Edition, Season Pass, everything. Digitally. Amazon didn't have half of the games listed yet. And the games that they did have listed were only digital. Really? Amazon's fallen off the gaming wagon, and you know what sucks? Is Amazon has an awesome discount for Prime members. The games are only $60 games are like $47.99, $52 after you add tax.
Not to mention that Prime went up.
Prime will be going up.
No, it already went up.
I know, but we don't pay it until August.
Which is why they're probably having less demand for games because everything is all electronic.
And we got Gomez, Comic Collector. What's going on, Gomez? Welcome in. Welcome. We're talking E3 pre-show right now.
Yes.
This is Dark Avenger Comic Review pre-show where we're talking E3. We're talking about Spider-Man. My comments was earlier. Alan, I know the only game you truly have played yet is Division 2, but I have to agree with Alan. Division 2, my body is ready. My body is ready for Division 2.
Actually, now it's taking place. Now New York, the virus has spread, getting bigger and bigger.
And they did mention also Prey is going to be part of the PlayStation VR. I'm freaking pumped. Rain, what's going on? This is not where I send out bits. No, man, sorry, Rain. And I don't have Super Chat because...
Wait, did we say hi to
Amazon?
Justin?
Because, yes, I did say hi to Justin. Oh. Because YouTube and partnership no longer happening. Oh, well. Wolfenstein was okay. Wolfenstein was all right. I'm hot and cold with Wolfenstein as well. Anthem. Oh, Anthem I'm excited for as well. Anthem wants you on an Iron Man game. You know, I wouldn't be on froze. That was weird. I don't know why we froze. I guess Google Plus is still having issues. But yeah, I would love an Iron Man game. That would be really cool, actually. Let's see. Control. I didn't care for Control. Kingdom Hearts. I'm happy about Kingdom Hearts. Could send out 1,000 bits like I did. Rain, I'll be streaming at some point, especially with all these new games coming. Yes. GameStop for having... Hey, you know, I'm okay with that. I'm very happy. I think that GameStop, with the comic books, I think that's an awesome thing. That's why we froze, by the way. Now I see why we froze. I think that all they're adding is a little turnstile, little turning gate with comics. I don't see a big issue with that at all.
Why?
I'm okay with issue with that. Yeah, people are saying that people aren't happy with it.
Why? Because it's a game store. They have clothes too. What you gonna say?
I bought two PVCs from GameStop.
Yeah, what are you gonna say? That they can't have shirts also because it's a game store? Just because it says GameStop, that doesn't mean it has to be just strictly games. It could be whatever it is because comics and games are the same thing too.
Elder Scrolls. I'm looking forward to Elder Scrolls 6. Yes.
I was.
No, go ahead. I agree with you.
I was just saying, you can't just say like Best Buy, it's only gonna have just electronic. This is just an example. Like the store is only for cell phones and laptops and all the other tablet devices, which hopefully again new ones soon. That's not so expensive, and we can't show any DVDs or anything. No, it's a wide variety store where it has. It should have DVDs and everything. Hell, you can even throw in a comic book digitally there while they're at it, if they wanted to, for Best Buy. But I'm just saying, the point I'm saying is, just because it says GameStop, that doesn't mean it has to be just a game store. It could be whatever store it wants to be.
It's going to be called comic stop pretty soon. I don't think
You
so.
never know.
I mean, if you walk into a GameStop today, and I was talking about this before, you walk in, there's a bunch of stuff in GameStop now. Exclusives, Funkos, PVC statues, tons of stuff. So I think GameStop is smart. They're expanding. I mean, they also own ThinkGeek, so there's ThinkGeek stuff in GameStop. Scotty! So, yeah, I'm okay with the comics. I think it's cool. Again, they're not going to be like when you buy from a comic shop, so I don't feel that comic shop should feel threatened by GameStop. I don't even think at this point, GameStop's fighting with Amazon to get people to come in and buy games.
Don't remind me about IHOP being iHub.
It's only temporary. International House of Burgers, it's going to be called. And it's only...
No, it's House of Burgers.
Breakfast. They changed it to Burgers. It's a stint. It's going away then.
Why is it Burgers?
Because it's only a temporary thing.
What happened to the House of Pancakes?
It'll be back.
When?
Man, Michael really doesn't like change. Very soon. It's only a temporary stint.
No, it's IHOP. It's been like that for many, many years.
It's only temporary. Last year, then drop it. Domino's Pizza changed their name to Domino's when they had more. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Now I want pizza.
It should be breakfast. I thought it was breakfast too. All right. Well, anyway.
I think E3 was really awesome. I mean, obviously we still have Nintendo to look forward to, which I'm excited for Nintendo.
Tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern time, which I'm gonna have to watch post live because some people have work.
Only thing I watched live so far was the.
If I had off work, I'd go
Sony.
to Nintendo New York. Which, by the way, I am planning to go play the demos Wednesday or maybe Wednesday or Thursday. Maybe Thursday, really. I don't know.
But I think I'm really happy about. It's called the International House of Burgers. Oh man, I know, right? Everybody's gonna go run for the burgers. But I'm very happy with E3 this year. There's a lot to look forward to in 2019. Not really much for 2018, just the stuff that we already knew. We'll see. I mean, I'm very excited for the newer games. 2019 is going to be a big year, so I'm hoping to get a lot of work done this year. So in 2019, I have some free time to actually sit down and enjoy a lot of the new games that come out. Because this year, between work and everything else, I feel like the gaming definitely.
Exactly.
Bethesda was my second worst. Square Enix was first. Bethesda, EA was good. I liked everything that came out of EA.
I don't have Monopoly Gamer. Never did.
No.
Devil May Cry 5. Oh.
Devil May Cry 5. Oh, by the way, that wasn't new Dante. Tevia was telling me that's Nico. So technically, we are not getting the DMC Dante. It's back to the old Devil May Cry stuff, which I'm even more inclined for now.
All right. But anyway, like I said,
don't think EA was so bad, Tevia. I think the worst was Square Enix.
All right. Well, anyway. So, like I said, if you want to get...
Battlefield 5, hell yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes,
oh, yeah.
If you want to hear our thoughts about EA, Microsoft, and Bethesda, that's up. Tonight we'll be doing...
Right after this live show.
We'll be doing Square Enix and Ubisoft in one video. And then the next video will be the PlayStation.
Right.
And then tomorrow will be Nintendo and our...
I'd like to also mention that tomorrow night we will not be on Frontline Live. There's a lot of stuff going on right now behind the scenes, in the house, family issues, not so good news. You know, we've got some bad stuff going on right now in the family. So keep us in your prayers and let's hope that everything's going to be okay.
For the Switch?
Yeah, let them lawsuit. That has nothing to do with me.
But anyway, guys...
But no, let me finish what I was saying, and then we're done. Yeah, no, we won't be on Frontline Live this week. As a matter of fact, the reason we're doing the review tonight is because I don't even think we're going to be available on Wednesday to do a live show. So hopefully, just keep your fingers crossed that everything works out on our end, because we got a lot of crazy stuff going on in the family right now, and it's not isolated to just this week. It is going to be over the course of the next couple of weeks, but this is the first week of many. So this is kind of like us adapting to some of the stuff that's going to be going on, and then moving forward, we'll see how things go. But we didn't get such good news for one of our family members, and unfortunately, it's putting a huge stress on the house. And we're just going to work. We're going to try to work through it as best we can. Thank you, Jesse. I appreciate that. Oh, New Smash, we already pre-ordered that as well, and I also pre-ordered the new Pokemon game, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Pikachu Eevee.
I thought I was Eevee.
No, I'm Eevee. You already got me interested in Eevee because you were like, I like Pikachu, so I was like, okay, I'll take
No,
Eevee.
but I changed my mind. I want Eevee.
You can't change your mind.
I really want Eevee
You
now.
cannot change your mind. There is no way you're changing your mind on me like that.
Come on.
No, pick up another Eevee.
Fine, I'll ask for LED.
Fine. Jeez.
Jerk.
Spiegel.
Anyway,
You're a Spiegel.
they're here for the comic books. They're not here
I'm
to
hoping
see
everybody's
Two
okay.
Brothers.
Let's keep our fingers crossed and hope. And we got somebody in the comments over there. Everything works out, guys. Everybody's okay. Welcome in. Oh, that's Renegade. Okay. Welcome, Renegade. I remembered this time. That's Renegade. Thank you so much, Corey. I appreciate that. Know how that feels when it came to my grandparents. Yeah, there's 2 family members. To be clear, there are 2, and both were. I can't talk about it right now. My family asked for us to keep it private, but there's 2 family members, and we're hoping that things get better. If things get better, I might disclose it later on in a Dark Avenger podcast once, hopefully, God willing, everything's okay. I remembered. I remember. My brain is not all here sometimes, but I remember. All right. Pre-show's over. Thank you all so much. Hopefully, you will all go over to our E3 coverage and feel free to talk about any of the games that you're looking forward to. I am hoping to get into some streaming soon on Twitch. I got a lot of work right now also, so Twitch work first. Twitch is kind of like the treat I give myself after doing work. So, the ghost of that one I like. That Mike and I were actually sitting, and we'll talk about Jesse. We'll talk about that. I'm going to save that for when we do our Sony conference. That's the one with the samurai. But thank you for spelling that out because I couldn't spell that out for the life of me, and it popped in and out so fast when I was taking notes. So with that, it is now 11 o'clock.
And they're here for the comic books.
And you are here for the comics.
Yeah, so we have 19, one shot of 20, 19 comic books. And these comic books were released on the first
I'm trying to think, can I
June.
throw out another comic real quick that I skimmed over? No.
I didn't put it on
No,
here.
I can't. So 19.
Yeah, but I lost my train of thought. The first week of June, which is June 6th, 2018.
Yep.
All digital, all the time.
That reminded me. You reminded me of something when you said the first week of June. I have the pile of books.
Did you say you want to show one book?
I have it for this week. It was from this week. I have the pile of books set up for the monthly haul. That is something I might either shoot after we do our E3 coverage tonight. I might do it tomorrow when I have the free time. But look forward to the May 2018. I think so. So the May 2018 monthly haul will be live very soon.
Did Mike try doing an Dr. Evil impression?
I don't think so. And hello to all 12 of you. Thank you all so much for being here with us live. Hopefully you enjoy the comic review. If you're new, hopefully you'll smash that sub button. This way you're here. We do this every Monday unless something comes up, then we move it to Wednesday. Also, don't forget to check the links in the description below.
Yeah. And we're not getting Shaq food. We don't talk about it.
No, we don't talk about Shaq food. Battletoads maybe, but not Shaq food. But thank you all so much for being here, and especially on such short notice, because I did mention we were moving it to Wednesday, but now we had to move it back to our regular schedule. 19 books this week. We're starting with the Independents, and we're going to start with getting the deluxe edition for Dark Knight's Metal tomorrow. Oh, sweet. Battletoads, yes, you should look it up. Xbox Conference Reign. Go Power Rangers, issue number 10, which takes place when the Power Rangers first formed. You got Dark Kimberly, get a little bit of a flashback of her working with Skull in the dark future, and we find out that she is in the present, in the, I don't want to say, I have to say present, the Go Power Rangers present, where now she's trying to get home, but she's also trying to, she's trying to get back home to her future. It's just a lot going on. Doomsday Comic, Doomsday Comics, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. I don't know why, but with Go Power Rangers, I feel like this is more of just, it is connected to Shattered Grid, but it has its own story. It's not like connected to the main event that's going on in Power Rangers, in Saban's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. But I'm still enjoying it. I like the Dark Kimberly. She breaks into the command center. messes with Zordon, messes with Alpha, and then Kimberly goes off the bases herself. We get the Dark Zord, which you saw in the on the cover, trying to fight. The Rangers are trying to put together the Megazord, but the big Zord, the composite Grave Zord, I think it was called, won't let them form the Megazords. There's a lot of really cool stuff.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
So I would definitely say check out Go-Go. I'm very happy with Shattered Grid. Obviously, once Shattered Grid is over, though, I'll probably end up bringing Power Rangers back to my digital format.
All right. Red Sonja Tarzan, issue number 2. The epic crossover / team of Red Sonja and Tarzan is continuing on this issue. And long story short, Tarzan encountered with Red Sonja, and what they're looking for is they want answers from, what was his name? I think,
I'm going to go check the
yeah. Oh, Isan Dole, because about the whole animals thing of what was going on. Artwork's drawn really nice. And there's this Chinese man that well, not Chinese man, it's actually a Kaita, Khita, however you say it, who knows about Red Sonja and actually said about how Tarzan encountered Red Sonja, you know, about the fight and everything, the little cut that he had on his side, which says that they have met before, and he's trying to say that, you know, he's never met this woman before. So they're trying just to work together to get more answers from Isan Dole. And it's just there are a lot of things that are going to be answered, I think, in the next issue to what's going to happen. And more of that will be explained in the next issue. So I thought that was a really great issue of Red Sonja Tarzan. Oh, oops, trying to get the next one. Okay. Now, speaking of Red Sonja, another Red Sonja title came out this week, actually, and that is called Red Sonja, issue number 16. Red Sonja versus Colin Goff, along with trying to get Max back into his own world and everything. So with Colin Goff, he's like having the all-powerful. We have Professor Wallace, who's there to help too. Really amazing artwork during the fight scene that Sir Max and Red Sonja have, along with Professor Wallace's help. And lots of dragons that came in from Cullen Goth. I want to show you one picture that actually might, look at this. What's left of the Dino's Wonder Wheel. Like, I thought that was like,
wow.
I thought that was like really, really creepy. For those of you who live or have been to Coney Island, know the Wonder Wheel. I think it's almost 100 years old. I'm going to ride it when it's almost 100 years old. But anyway, beside the point. So they're bringing back Max into his world, and he doesn't really want to go because Red Sonja's not going, but then he goes back and saying, so this is goodbye. And they both part their ways and everything. And there's an epilogue also where Colin Goth's amulet is actually playing into this. And that amulet may be a cursed amulet. We don't know. There's no to be continued or the end. So we don't know if there might be another issue, another volume of Red Sonja. That might be a different title. We won't know until the coming months, for that matter. But really amazing, the issue. And once I get the title and the full screen, we go. Your book is next.
My coffee! Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, issue number 83. The Turtles talk with one of the, how would they consider,
Hold on.
the brother Mammoth? I think his name is Mammoth, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, they're there to talk about Racking. They're trying to get some info on Racking. They end up having to fight him for a bit because he thinks, you know, he's not a talker. He's more of a survivalist, or, you know, he's in this harsh place to survive. So the Turtles come, he's like, I'm going to kill you. Run. And Mikey kind of outsmarts him and traps him. And then we come back and they end up talking with him. April and Baxter Stockman are back and forth. You know, Stockman's like, so you made me look like a hero once, but now what? You know, now how are you going to do it again? Or why would I want to keep you? Because now I'm a hero. How are you going to one-up yourself? And then because of Rat King, she's working on the Mousers. So anyway, back with the Turtles, Leo gets some information from Mammoth that he doesn't drop, what's the word I'm looking for? He doesn't drop it You know, he doesn't give information because he doesn't want to turn on his family, but he does give something. He does give something. Could you go check on that real quick? Thank you. He does drop some information subliminally that Leo picks up on, and now he's ready to go back and face the Rat King. And I love how also Mammoth talks with Raphael and says, I see a lot of me in you, and until you're willing to actually, you know, admit that to yourself, you're never going to be happy, or the world is never going to be 100% good for you. And I love how Raphael kind of just like says, yeah, huh? Okay, whatever, man. My brothers need me, and walks away. But Turtles, man, and then they're face to face with the Rat King, who has kids dangling off of a bridge.
So now we go into this comic book, The Walking Dead issue number 180, the last part to New World Order, part 6 of 6. And this is where things get really, really intense and interesting. This is where, you know, we see Michonne and the daughter who are at the Commonwealth, and there's more of how things are too good to be true, as usual. And we have Dwight, who talks with what's her name? I always forget her name every time I see this character. Saying like, I know it's too late for us and everything, but you know, in the past he has some things he wants to focus on, and his next stop is apologizing to Rick about what happened then. And they're just saying, just help me get up an army, just in case for that. And then we have Eugene, who actually talks with Rick and shows Michonne's sword, saying like what happened, and then Eugene tells him that she went to the Commonwealth.
By the way, Doomsday said that was sweet art in your Tarzan book.
Mm-hmm. With her daughter.
Or was that Red Sonja? You did Red Sonja after Tarzan?
Yeah.
Okay, it was Red Sonja.
Yeah. And then Rick goes to meet up with Princess, who sees him, and one of the leaders in the Commonwealth, and has a talk with them, as well as anything else, and meets with Mercer as well. And there's just lots of talking with her, but there's one thing that actually struck her, like saying, Rick was like saying, maybe we need a new world order, and she doesn't really look too happy after Rick said that, and that is to be continued
She
in
just,
the next issue.
I wish I could show you.
Go ahead, Joe.
No, I can't. There's too much stuff in the way. Just sprawled out on the sheet.
So that was for that, and yeah.
Paper Girls is back. Paper Girls issue number 21. They are now in the future. And the guy that was chasing after them in the previous issue is now an old man. And he knows they're there. But now they got to figure out where they are. And we find out also, because they're not part of that era, their genetics, they can't be scanned. So they can go undetected. They're like ghosts in the future. And they go to a library to find out some information. I love how the library is so digitized. It's like a digital Apple. Gotta love those Apple references. Every chance they get. But anyway, and Max actually she's knocked out or sleeping in the beginning of the issue. When we get to the library, long story short, there's a lot that goes on. There's a woman who has like all this stuff from the past, and you just see how the futures are going, or how the future is, and then they go to the library, and Max's first question is, did you discover cure for leukemia? And they're like, yes, we destroyed that disease. And she's like, awesome. Awesome stuff. Paper Girls is one of my favorite indie books. I mean, Image has a lot of my faves. Birthright, Paper Girls, Saga. There's a lot of great stuff from Image. If you're looking for books, man, definitely. Jeremy, have a good night, man. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully you're still here to hear me say goodbye at least. But take care. Have a wonderful night. And now we are going into the big two really quick. I actually have to do something that I completely forgot to do a bit ago. Oh, there we go. I feel like I can do that at this point because he's been around for a bit. So congratulations, Scotty, on the modding. Oh, we got a legend in chat. My brothers, good to see you. Brooklyn Boys, Saga, East to West. East to West is a Chew. Chew was an excellent series that I'm really sad ended as when it did. I really wish Chew would have gone on a bit longer, but that was that. Image has a lot of amazing titles. Definitely something to check out. Check out a lot of the Image stuff. I believe there's also Seven to Eternity, which is very good. And I forget which company had. I think it was that was Marvel. I think that had. Stephen King's Dark Tower. I think that was Marvel that had Dark Tower. So, come on up. Here, you're up. So, Legend, welcome in. Thank you for stopping by. It's always nice to have Legend in chat. So, we are in Marvel Comics now, as the little schnook passes by, two of us. And we're going to start off with some #1 mentions. Ant-Man and Wasp issue 1. I did actually read it. I'm going to be brief on this. Interesting. I like how Hank Pym's daughter is getting. Why do I keep forgetting? Scott Lang, right? Scott Lang, Ant-Man.
Hank Pym.
No, that's Hank Pym's daughter, but that's Scott Lang, I think. Yeah, Scott Lang. I was right. Is now working with Scott Lang. Scott Lang wants to come back because, as we all know, he's been with the Guardians of the Galaxy, so he wants to come home. So he reaches out to Wasp, Jan, to bring him back. And at first, she doesn't like him because he did technically steal her father's suit before getting it gifted to himself. But in the end, she chooses to help him. But what happens is something happens in the transference. He misses the beam, and she has to go into the microverse to bring him out. And she goes in. There's a lot of fighting going. There's a lot of action that happens there. And then, unfortunately, something happens, and it messes with Jan's eyes. And that's where the book is to be continued. Interesting. I was not expecting to like this book as much as I did. I possibly will come back for issue 2. I was very happy with it. Scott Lang's, where's Scott? I don't know. Cassie's somewhere else. Image, awesome right now. 90s flashback. Cyberforce, yup. Youngblood, yup. Witchblade, oh yeah. It's really good, yeah. Next up, Doctor Strange, issue #1. I gotta say, fantastic artwork. I love the fantastic artwork that Doctor Strange has. However, the story, Doctor Strange has lost his mojo. He has no magic anymore. So he goes into space to try to figure out a way to get his magic back. And the whole beginning of the book is how he started losing things bit by bit, piece by piece, till he was back to normal, the shaking hands and everything. I love the artwork in the book. That's what kept me reading all the way to the end. But going into space to try to find answers to how to get his mojo back, it's never a good thing. And I know Jay was one of the ones on Frontline that was not keen to that. And me personally, I thought that it had potential. I'll keep reading a bit more, but I don't really see it. Reading the book, I see kind of where Jay was going, where it's like he's going into space. And it's like, okay, Doctor Strange in space. If you're in the Marvel Universe, 3 things happen to you. At one point, you're going to lose your superpowers. At another point, you're going to go into space, and then at a final point, you're going to die and be brought back. Those are the 3 things you have to do. Oh, no, I'm sorry, not die. 3 things that happens to every single Marvel character. You join the Avengers at some point, you go into space, and you lose your powers at some point. Because every single Marvel character has either lost their powers, lost their abilities. Every single one has gone into space. I think even Spider-Man has gone into space for a good minute. And then every character has been an Avenger at some point. Most characters. Now Domino is the latest to become an Avenger very soon.
It's heavy, easy on the question.
Or go back in time. That's true. I'm on the edge of my seat from Mike's review of Green Arrow 41. See if our thoughts are the same. We'll see.
Well, we didn't get there yet.
Another throw out. Dazzler issue. Well, the Dazzler one-shot. I thought it was a nice issue. A lot of people were attacking it. A lot of people were saying it was too, what was it? Hold on, let's sneeze. A lot of people were saying she was out of character, it wasn't needed. I feel like it was a nice little setup for her joining the Astonishing X-Men book. Dazzler's doing these concerts that bring Inhumans and mutants together. It's all about, togetherness. And we find out that there's a gang of people that are trying to keep the Inhumans out, that it's a mutants only kind of thing. So it's like that exclusion. So there's a lot of subliminal messages in this one shot. And Colossus is there. Thank you, Justin. Colossus is there. He makes an offer for Dazzler to rejoin the X-Men. And at first she says no. And then by the end of the issue, he comes back again. And of course she says yes. Well, she doesn't say yes. She's like, I'll think about it. She takes the communicator, which is what they're using to what they use. And, you know, if she decides to join, she'll reach out. And then, of course, there's the teaser for Astonishing X-Men. I think it's 22, which is where she's going to be jumping into the book. It'd be cool to see Dazzler back on the team. I am happy that she's back to her. I am happy she's back to her old looks, though. I was not digging the goth punk look. But yeah, I'm happy. I was happy with the one shot. I thought it was really good. When I say comic of the year, no, but it was a fun issue for sure. Definitely something I'd say if you're a Dazzler fan or if you like the X-Men, classic X-Men, definitely read it.
Oh, X-Men Red, issue number 5. So this one was like a little bit like, I don't know, like it was like a little bit all over the place. It's basically talking about, you know, the same thing. Like there's a mutant that's in the hospital, and you know, they're saying like he has like these powers, and they're here like to save him for why a young girl was killed and stuff like that. And it's talking about like all the stuff of what's been going on with mutants. We got Sentinel there as well, and there's just like a whole bunch of things that keeps happening as the issue continues with the Sentinels, with the army that's taking out mutants because of their mutants and destruction and whatnot.
It's now back to the world hates mutants, basically.
Yeah, now Moore actually shows up to try to help out a little bit. And they're going to now weaponize the truth to try to, you know, protect themselves from what's going on with all this mutant hatred. So
keep going, I'm just talking.
Yeah, that's all I was going to say. But I don't know. I'm really iffy with the book. It's getting a little bit like repetitious.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of people attack this book for the left reason. I mean, we read it because we like the stories. We don't delve into the symbolism that it could be, and we don't certainly we don't mistitle it. What I've seen already written by certain people, but I don't know how I feel about X-Men Red. I feel like Jean is being written very weird. Okay, man, enjoy your Chinese food. Be back soon, hopefully. And yeah, I agree. Save some for me. Oh man, I'm so sorry, Legend. Hopefully, like I said, prayers for you and your family, of course. I always aren't that long. Okay, Weapons Lost. Hunt for Wolverine, issue number 2. Mike's like, read.
No, I was just looking at the comment.
Okay. So Daredevil and Misty and McGee are questioning several people that Cypher has pings on for Wolverine. They question a hospital where Jane Foster is. They question a biker gang. They question another person. And then there's in the background, something else is going on and people are being attacked. It's like Doctor Strange will get my mojo back too. Yeah, exactly, Legend. You get your mojo back and you just keep going strong. That's the important thing. Almost lost it. Him. So somebody who is like Wolverine is attacking and Cypher gets the ping and they go there. Turns out everyone's dead already. And we also find out that it might actually be Wolverine. And I love how Daredevil right away figures, oh crap, we left Cypher behind. If this is Wolverine, they're going to pick off the weakest first. And Cypher, technically, all he does is he has the ability for computers. He's not a strong person. And Cypher gets picked off by, it looks like Wolverine. Could it be somebody else? Absolutely. There's 4 miniseries going on now. Manticore, I don't think he'll show up. Or Mandrapore, I don't think he'll show up in. He might show up with Adamantium Agenda, and he definitely probably won't show up in Claws of the Claws one with everybody wants to make sure he stays dead. I don't think he'll show up on that either. So the two places he might show up are playing out right now. This was a real surprise for me, and only reason I read it is because I watched the movie. I'm like, you know what? Let's freaking read Deadpool issue #1. And of course, because of the movie, they bring in, oh, what's her name? I forgot her name.
I was gonna look through it anyway.
What was her name? Well, one more. Here we go. Wait, bring it down one more. Negasonic. They bring Negasonic into this issue. So he's working as a merc, again, merc for money. And Negasonic is the one that's giving him work. Somebody puts a hit out on this biker guy, this leader of this bike gang, and obviously things don't go as easy as Deadpool's hoping. And he's frustrated because like, I'm back as a merc, and I need something big. Something big needs to happen. And it turns out he's like, it's the summer now. This is where all the events happen. So maybe we'll have a Deadpool event. And it turns out something of cosmic magnitude is coming towards Earth, and Deadpool might very well be the only person that can stop it. I enjoyed the jokes in here. I enjoyed the fourth wall breaking. I especially loved the second story in the book. There's a backup story in here where he's like, I don't like my origin. Let's retell it. And he's telling the story about he's doing Superman's origin. He drops off a Spider-Man origin. He drops all these other cool comic characters' origins. And then he gets to one that's like Batman. And he's like, wait a minute. I wasn't the kid. I was the guy that killed the kid's parents. Never mind. I'm keeping my old origin. He's like, I hope that kid's okay. And I love how Negasonic's like, I'm sure he's completely fine. And it turns out that to be continued again. So we're going to be seeing what happened to that kid wanting revenge on Deadpool later on in the series. Burger King changed their name to That is such a lie. Pancake Whopper now. I'll have a Pancake Whopper. And I think this is the last Marvel book. I don't know. I think so. Might not be. Infinite Countdown issue #4. Infinity Countdown issue #4. After buying the Countdown physically, I think I'm going to get Infinity War digitally. I think I am. But more fighting with the Guardians and the Novas over the Infinity Stone. Obviously, Drax takes and it says, you want it? I'm Drax the Destroyer. Come at me, bruh. And, yeah, I was right. We're in DC next. On the flip side, Galactus changes. He was the life bringer for so long. Silver Surfer asks him to make the ultimate sacrifice, which he does. And now he becomes Galactus, the devourer of worlds again. Because apparently if Galactus destroys a world, it takes away his life bringer and makes him hunger. It brings back his hunger for a world. So to save Adam Warlock and to get the Infinity Stone, we got Galactus. Galactus has officially returned now as the devourer of worlds, which means that Silver Surfer is now the herald for Galactus once again. But Adam Warlock does get his Infinity Stone. Ultron disappears into space. But now Galactus is back to being the devourer of worlds. And that's going to be a huge pain in the butt for all of the universe, for all the galaxies out there. And it's going to be interesting to see how it plays. I'm sure this will play into something with the Fantastic Four when the Fantastic Four comes back. I'm so excited for the Fantastic Four's return. And now Galactus is back to the way he was. Oh, can we get a Galactus Fantastic Four story arc, please? That would be really good. But that's Marvel. Moving into DC. I am very close to dropping Nightwing. Nightwing issue #45. Good thing Fantastic Four is coming back. Damn right. I just don't care about this story arc. There's this guy who is, or this computer virus that's messing around with Bloodhaven, and it's inside of Nightwing right now because that nanobot ended up, fusing with his body. So he's seeing like half truth and half not. And basically now it's downloaded all of Nightwing's brain into this nanobot, and the nanobot breaks out of Nightwing's body. And yeah. So now he has all of Nightwing's, all the info that Nightwing has in his brain, possibly. Unless Nightwing wakes up and destroys the nanobot before it goes to the virus dude. I don't care about this arc. And it sucks because I didn't care about the previous arc. I don't care about this arc. Strike 2. Next arc I don't care about, Nightwing's going to digital. And then if that arc I don't care about, Nightwing's going back all the way to drop. I truly think that Nightwing is going to be moving to a digital format very soon. I see that happening as soon as September, possibly. I see it happening. It all depends on the arcs and where it's going, but artwork's okay, but the story, I'm not feeling it like I felt the Volume 1 Nightwing. And that sucks because following is Nightwing versus Hush. I'll be right back, though, Mike. Give me 2 seconds. Answer comments.
Yes. So let's see. So basically, Galactus goes back to normal. Why? That's just Galactus, I guess. I think the sports come back. So Lightbringer is now gone for Nightwing. Yeah, for Nightwing indeed. By the way, didn't already show that before we got into DC?
Oh wait, yeah. Before we get into DC, I didn't talk about him. You didn't. Oh shoot.
I forgot.
Pause. We missed a Marvel book. I forgot it wasn't in the digital pile because I bought it physically. Rewind, go back to Marvel a minute. Immortal Hulk, so we do have 20 books. Immortal Hulk, issue number 1. I liked it, but I just hope they're not going with the format of every issue they're going to kill Bruce Banner, and then he's going to come back as the Hulk. One thing I would like to mention, and hashtag thank you, Marvel. So anybody want my digital code for, Hulk? Because, I mean, every book that's $3.99 has a, as they say here, there's a free digital edition. Free digital. Yeah, bonus digital edition in the book. So here you go. Anybody who'd like the code, feel free to just go ahead and redeem that code because I sure don't. They didn't put the freaking digital code sticker in the book. I don't care because I don't redeem any of my digital codes. But if you're gonna charge $3.99 and say, oh well, it's because you got a digital code, I don't see the digital code. I mean, it could be written in invisible ink, but I'm not gonna ruin my book to find that out. So no digital code. No digital code whatsoever. Good job, Marvel. Good job. But Marvel's failed with the covers. I mean, why? I mean, with the fingerprints on the covers. Now with the price tags. Now why not forget to put a digital copy in your comics? Hulk number 1 though. I like how the premise is. It's this guy that robs a gas station, killed Bruce Banner, killed a young girl. Bruce is dead. Comes back to life as the Hulk, and obviously he goes off after the bad guy who really didn't want to kill anyone, but ended up killing 2 people. Bruce. Oh, no, he killed 3 people. The cashier, Bruce, and the young girl. And Hulk comes in and says, you know what? Payback time. And he beats up the gang, the people that he owes money, and that's why he was robbing the gas station to begin with. And then the guy's like begging for his life. He's like, I'm a good person, right? And then the Hulk is freaking evil. He's dark. He's very dark in this new rendition of Immortal Hulk. He puts the guy in the hospital in a coma that he probably will never come back from. That was some dark stuff. That was some really... The Hulk is definitely a lot darker now than he was previous. I know. No code. Oh, well. Now we're going back to DC. I'm sorry about that, everybody. I forgot that Immortal Hulk was not, I will put it after Batman, after Nightwing, so it will be on the list later. The list isn't up now anyway. We usually put the list up after we do our Marvel owes me 99 cents. Marvel owes me a freaking $1. Marvel owes me a lot because I review a lot of their books even if I don't like them. Prelude to the Wedding, Nightwing versus Hush. So it's the bachelor party time. Superman, Nightwing take Batman out on a night on the town, but Hush attacks. He sends Superman away. And Nightwing and Hush end up fighting, and apparently Superman had this key that could go into the multiverse, which is weird, and I love how it's conveniently in this book. But anyway, it's to this fishing place, so they can infinitely fish. But Hush attacks, it screws with the key, and Hush and Nightwing end up fighting and falling through the portal and ending up in this weird mirror world where it's basically shadows of the DC universe. And nothing has a personality, and if it does have a personality, they try to attack it. So they're trying to attack Nightwing and Hush, and there's this one guy who's like, I'll give you, apparently he's half no personality, half okay. And he's like, you need to go somewhere where your identity is the strongest, and that will keep them away. And after a fight between Nightwing and Hush, and then Nightwing, Hush, and the others, they end up in Wayne Manor. And we find out that Hush changed his outlook because apparently he found out that Batman was getting married through Joker, who is apparently the big, factor behind the Prelude and behind actually Batman, which we'll get into in a moment. And Hush changed his face. He no longer looks like Bruce Wayne. He looks like Nightwing. However, when finally they get rescued, Hush gets trapped in the alternate universe and Nightwing gets brought back. Hush ends up getting absorbed into the unknowns in that world, so that Hush is dead, possibly. But Nightwing gets brought back, and Nightwing also finds out that Superman is Batman's best man, not him. And he understands that, it works. It's supposed to, he feels like it should be that way. And he's very happy for Bruce. And he's like, we need to hang out more. And I feel like that book was more Nightwing than Nightwing right now, and that's not good. When another book can one-up Nightwing in the same week as Nightwing, there's a problem with the main Nightwing book. So hopefully they fix that. And talking about Joker, Batman 48 was the weirdest book I've ever freaking read. I really I don't know where they're going with Batman anymore, but Joker's in a church and he's killing everybody. He kills everyone. He shoots everyone there. Batman finally shows up. He ends up shooting the hostage. Batman was really cool-headed throughout this whole thing. But anyway, Joker's got this huge dialogue throughout the whole book, which was super annoying about his past and Catholic and married and da-da-da. And then he makes himself a hostage and he asks Batman, he says to Batman, so, am I your best man? And then there's a huge explosion and Joker tries or is about to kill Batman. He says, I guess I thought this was fine. It was just weird. And I'm glad they're dealing with Joker now. So by the time this arc is over, we get into the wedding. But man, Joker's weird. This book was weird. And Catwoman's jumping in to save the day possibly. We'll find out in the next Batman issue. But man, it's a weird book. It was weird. Weird. It was one of the first books I read. And already I'm forgetting about it because it was so weird. It was a lot of Joker twisted dialogue. So if you want that, read Batman. I don't know, man. I don't know where Batman's going. Batman's another book where I don't know. I mean, after we get through the wedding, we'll see if it goes digital or what. I'm not saying I'm not going to read Batman, but I'm starting to really think about a lot of the books I'm getting physically. I'm thinking about room in the house. I'm thinking about room in general. And I'm thinking about just the overwhelming pile of comics I have. And I'm thinking years from now, will Batman have served me better? Or several books, not just Batman. Will certain books have served me better online, digitally, than in physical format? And Batman just happens to be one of those books that I enjoy reading, but do I enjoy reading it enough to get it physically? We're getting there, Tevia. Relax. We're getting there. I read it. Michael's turn.
All right, Green Arrow, issue number 41. A new story arc, better than part 1. This actually took me by surprise in a good way, actually. This is where Green Arrow meets up with Parasite. Now, we all know Parasite can absorb abilities of anything that he touches, and he's been like a really big villain in the, would you say Superman universe, Parasite?
I would say he's one of the main Supermans, that's for sure.
Right. So, he just goes to have a fight a little bit with Parasite. He meets also with Count Vertigo, who actually comes back, and I was really happy to see him because I remember Count Vertigo when I read about him. And also there was this shark that actually came after him.
Is that King Shark?
I think that might be King Shark. Is that King Shark?
Might be King Shark, yeah.
Well, yeah, so he just fights off against that, and the phone's ringing.
I'll check it out. Man, it's just a busy night here.
Yeah, so basically for all that, there's just lots of stuff what's going on there. And he's like saying to people to get behind him because there's lots of, the Parasite thing that's still going on, and Count Vertigo as well. So as he goes into the sewers, it looks like that Parasite is going to have to settle with him and stuff like that. And the next comic book is All Out Tricks, so Looks like that. Yeah, Justin. Lots of villains in this one. Well, not really lots. It was just really three. It was Parasite, Count Vertigo, and from what Chris said, if I'm right, King Shark. So it was. I mean, I'm gonna say that's book of the week because it was like really good. Finally, a good Green Arrow book because God knows the last 2 or 3 issues were a little kinda. But I would have to say that this one is a lot better. Saying, but that's just me. So I would say that this Green Arrow is definitely one of well, it is the book of the week. So in case I'll let you guys know, that's my book of the week since we're not going to be on the Frontline Live. So that's definitely book of the week. I'm sure many people are saying, obviously, of course, but there are only 5 books this week.
Man of Steel, issue number 2
of 6.
Yeah, it's the miniseries.
I'm just letting you know.
Bendis is really trying to work on this mystery. He's poking because everybody is poking at what happened to Lois. You know, there's that big mystery of, so where's Lois? Where's your son? All of a sudden, and Clark is so calm, and we get to see Superman fighting Toyman in Central City, and even Green Lantern is like, so what's going on, man? What's happening? And Superman is not dropping a single hint. And we get the flashback again where there's the explosion and Superman's like, get behind me, Lois and John. And that's all we see. And we find out that that guy, the guy that nobody cares about, that's the supervillain that Bendis created, is in space and finds out about Superman. So now he's coming to Earth. That's his origin. So he's on his way to Earth now. And we don't know what happened to Lois or John, but they're gone. Where? We don't know. And the world wants to know this. And Perry's having a hard time because apparently the Daily Planet's been sold. And he's having a hard time keeping up with the news. So, and then you get that woman who we saw from Action 1000, who's devious and like planning things. The arson is continuing in Metropolis, which I think she's connected to. And she's planting seeds in the Daily Planet, I think. And the woman she planted seeds with is the one that went to Perry and said, you know, we got news right here. Clark Kent knows where Lois and John are. We're sitting on the biggest story of the year. And obviously, Clark just, something bad happened, so he disappears. But, man, I would love to know what happened to Lois already. I mean, if you're going to tease it for so long, come on, man. Give me some answers. Or at least move the flashback a little bit forward. Because we got the same thing for 2 issues. Now, issue 3 is coming out on Wednesday. I'd like to get some more info. And I did enjoy it, though. One thing that I'm seeing it, and I'm trying to put it out of my mind. I really am. So forgive me, everyone. But one thing I noticed is Bendis has a very sarcastic way he writes his characters. A lot of people complained about his all-new New Avengers because everybody sounded like Spider-Man. Everybody had a very sarcastic personality. And that's happening in Man of Steel. Superman has a very sarcastic attitude now. And he drops jokes kind of like Spider-Man. And it throws the book minorly off because Superman doesn't do that, really. And he did that with X-Men. That's right, Tevi, as well. Bendis writes characters very sarcastic. Not that he writes them in a sarcastic way. He makes their personality sarcastic. And it fits for a lot of characters. But every time I read a joke from Superman or a sarcastic joke like that, it's like that's Bendis writing. That is Bendis. If I didn't know who was writing a book and I saw that dialogue, I'd say that is Bendis writing. I call it Bendis writing because basically my definition of Bendis writing is he takes a character who's not always super sarcastic and makes him sarcastic. And we saw that in issue 1. Yeah, that's not Superman's personality. Exactly, Jesse. Exactly. And the problem is we saw it in issue 1. I'm like, okay, it's the first issue. But then we saw it again when he was fighting Toyman. And it's like, no, that's not his personality. But he writes Clark Kent very well. It's just so for some reason, are they all like, yeah, basically they're all like Chandler from Friends. And it's like, come on, he's not that like he does drop a little bit of sarcasm here or there, but the way he's writing his personality is he's very sarcastic now. And every time I see that, it's like, I gotta forget. Don't do that. Because every time I think about that, I'm like, oh no, Bendis is doing it. It's like, stop. It just started. Bendis literally just started on Superman. But at the same time, you did all that research. I mean, if you follow Bendis on Instagram, he was in the vault. He was looking at all the old Superman books, all the old artwork, all the history of Superman. And you mean to tell me, reading all that history of Superman, you didn't pick up that his personality is not sarcastic? I mean, back in the 30s and 40s, was he a little sarcastic? Yes, a little bit more than he is now. But presently, he's not that sarcastic. So the sarcasm really pulls me away from Superman, but then it brings me back in because the story is being written pretty well. But I hope that Bendis, at some point, which I doubt he will because he never did with Avengers, he never did with X-Men. Why would he now for Superman? The way he writes characters is too sarcastic for me, and I don't. That's one of the minuses I feel while reading his Superman right now. And the problem is we don't know how long he's going to be writing Superman, so that's a minus for me. But the rest is good. I'm really interested in seeing where this arc is going. Where's Lois? Where's John? But Bendis, please pull back on your sarcasm when you write characters. Please, you're not putting the right personality for Superman. It may have worked in New Avengers because you had Spider-Man there. It may have worked for X-Men because some of them are, sarcastic. It may have worked for other books you were writing, like Jessica Jones or whatever. It doesn't work for Superman because he never was sarcastic. He never was that sarcastic. He had sarcasm. There were certain moments, but not in every single issue. So hopefully we get that fixed from Bendis. Other than that one complaint, I have no complaint. Artwork looks amazing, and the story is definitely compelling. It's just that sarcasm ruins it. Justice League issue number 1 was the viewer's choice, and I've already reviewed it. I like the beginning of the Legion of Doom. I like Jean being the heart and soul of the Justice League. I love the Hall of Justice. I thought there was good action here, and just like with Avengers, it's a Earth crisis. It's a humongous code red crisis coming towards Earth, a colossal crisis that could destroy all of Earth and whatever, and now the Justice League has to stop it. And it does harken back to Justice League No Justice, so definitely read No Justice if you haven't already, because it'll give you a little bit more insight on why the Justice League is there, why Lex is forming the Legion of Doom, and Source Wall and all this other stuff about like the universe dying and there's only about a year left until things start to fall apart. It's all explained there, but I enjoyed Justice League, and I just hope that I'm not going to consider Justice League my Superman book for a while until we get rid of that sarcastic personality on Man of Steel and Superman and action. But I really dug Justice League issue number 1. This definitely will stay as a physical book for sure. That's it for this week's review, as Michael's trying to pack everything up. So with that, we're going to end the show because it's already almost 12 o'clock. We have 2 other shows. The other cord is over there. As we said, we do still have to record 2 more conferences before we go to bed tonight. Those will be up later on tonight, and I've got a bit of work to do other than doing the video. So thank you all so much for being here. Tevia, Scotty, Jesse, Justin. We had, I want to move up, Alan, who was here from the very beginning. We had Gomez Comics. We had the Legend, Great Legend Show, pop in for a little bit. We had Doomsday Comics, or Doomsday Comics. I said Gomez Comics already. I want to make sure. We also had, Toxic. She's always here. I know she's not in the comments talking, but I know she's here listening. Toxic, love you. Thank you so much for being here. We had Corey, who was in for a bit, Renegade Ninja. And again, Toxic, if we can find that game, if that is on a system, Rain, we will definitely be playing that. Jeremy, Jeremy, Joe Star, thank you so much for jumping in as well. And yeah, so, and there's Toxic again. See, I know Toxic is always here. She's listening. She's the quiet listener. One day we'll bring you into the comics too, Toxic. One day we'll get you to buy or at the very least read a couple of comics, hopefully. Hopefully this kind of entices you to look into a few books at some point. But Toxic is awesome. Go check her out. She is on her same name. Check her out on Twitch. She streams a lot of Fortnite. Oh, she's playing Fortnite right now with Renegade. Are you streaming, Toxic? Are you streaming? Because if you're streaming, you can go over to Twitch, Toxic, with the underline Rose. You can go watch her streaming some Fortnite right now. Don't forget to check out Jesse's Comic Conversation on Thursday. Not tonight. Okay, not tonight. Not tonight, everybody. Jesse's Comic Conversation on Thursday. Justin's early morning, or Sunday morning comics on Sunday. Lots of great stuff all around. Lots of great videos all around. About to head over to GTA 5. I have GTA 5 for the PlayStation 4. But check everybody out. Awesome stuff. Links in the description below for all the social media connected to Dark Avenger, the Dark Avenger Nation. Comic Frontline's Discord, an awesome Discord where we have tons of different topics. There's a little bit for everybody there. And also don't forget to check out the Dysfunctional Gaming Discord if you are a gamer and looking for a gaming Discord of streamers and gamers alike. Wonderful, welcoming Discord. Definitely something y'all should check out. Wonderful community. If you're looking for communities, Comic Frontline, Dysfunctional Gaming, I highly recommend both. We will have the 2 E3 videos up. The monthly haul will be up hopefully tomorrow. I'll be recording it, so it'll be up tomorrow. Thanks for subscribe. Oh, Scotty subscribed. No, thank you, Scotty, for show. Or was it a follow? Subscribe and follow. Oh, maybe she means subscribe on YouTube. Toxic is a wonderful girl. She's married to a Chris. She's married to a Chris, so she's awesome. Period. She married a Chris. Not me, Chris, but a Chris. It's plus in my book. So, thank you all so much for being here. Take care, everybody. Keep reading, keep collecting, and we will see you guys really soon in the next Dark Avenger comic book review.
Hey, everybody.